Living longer, living healthier, living better than ever before. Welcome to Mountain Pacific's Healthy Living for Life, a weekly series that gives you the information, education, and expert insight you need to become an active participant in today's ever-changing healthcare climate. Here now is today's program host.
It used to be phone scams were a problem if you had a landline, and using a cell phone helped you escape those calls. But mobile scam calls are getting more and more frequent. In fact, a new report predicts that in 2019, about half of all the calls you receive on your cell phone will be a scam. Welcome to Healthy Living for Life, a show dedicated to helping you do just that. I'm your host, Beth Brown. Today we talk about the epidemic of scam calls and how you can protect yourself. Welcome back. As more and more people use cell phones and are even abandoning having a landline, mobile phone scam calls are on the rise, and the number of fraudulent landline calls is falling. Joining me today is Gabrielle Crawford from the Office of Consumer Protection to talk about scam phone calls. Thanks so much for being here with us this morning, Gabrielle. So let's just start out by talking about what are scam calls and what are these scammers trying to do?
Sure. So scam calls are going to be from con artists, criminals, people that want your money or your personal information. So when they're calling, they're going to try to create an environment where they can either get that money or that personal information from you in a variety of different ways.
Okay, and who are these people?
So again, they're criminals, they're con artists. Most often they're coming from overseas. The calls are actually originating overseas, but they can mask their number so that it looks like they're calling from a local number or a regional number to try and get you to pick up. Most often they are coming from somewhere overseas.
Okay, and how do these scammers get your cell phone number in the first place?
Sure. So we tell people at the Office of Consumer Protection that your name and your phone number are pretty much public record. Anytime you sign up for a new credit card or a car loan or you register to vote, your information gets out there, and these scammers can mine public records to try and get your information. But it's also just extremely easy in an age of technology to find someone's name and phone number online. You also want to be careful though, because if you're doing a lot of online contest entries or filling out surveys, things like that, those are methods that scammers also use because that information is often leaked or very easily accessible.
So what do these scammers do when they call you? How do they hook somebody?
Sure. So the main thing you want to look for is that the scammer is creating a sense of urgency. So they're trying to do something on the phone that's getting you to act right away. So they're probably going to play on your emotions a little bit. They may try to get you excited by telling you that you've won something. They may try and get you scared by telling you that a friend or family member is in danger or in jail and they need your money to bail them out. They may also try and create a sense of fear by saying that your taxes are past due or that your social security number has been used fraudulently. So the main thing they're going to do is create that sense of urgency by using your emotions and trigger words that are going to cause you to have an emotional reaction because they want you to do something right then with them on the phone.
You mentioned earlier that these scammers use a variety of methods, also ways to get into your phone too, right? So that you can actually get a person on the phone, you can get a text message, or you can get something that's called a robocall. Can you talk about what a robocall is?
Sure. So a robocall would be a pre-recorded message that is sent out using an auto-dialing system like a computer or a machine that's going to be blasting a lot of numbers in a very short time. So when you pick up, it may sound like a real person, but it's a pre-recorded message, or it may sound like a computerized voice that's reading you a message. Either of those things can be very scary to receive on the phone, and very often they're being blasted from a system that is sending out hundreds or thousands of these same messages.
And so how does a recording scam you?
It can scam you in the same way that an actual person would scam you. So when you pick up, they're telling you your taxes are past due, they're telling you your social security number is going to be terminated, or that there's been fraudulent activity, and they're giving you a number to call them back. Very often it's the same number that's called you, but other times it's a different number they want you to call back because they're hoping that you're going to engage with them further. And if you call that number back that they are asking you to, your number is often going to be solicited more and more because they know that there's a kind of live person that's going to interact with them further.
And so is a scam text message similar to a robocall, or are those different? How do the scam text messages work?
So scam texts are going to be sent out in a similar way, but a scam text is going to be prompting you to possibly click on a link or to call back or send a text message back rather than just sending that call. So when you click on a link though from a scam text message, it may download viruses or spyware on your phone, or it may put you into a system where you're going to be getting a lot more of these scams. So you want to be very careful when you get those scam texts. The best thing to do is to delete them.
So you did talk about this a little bit earlier, but a term that I just used in getting ready for this show is neighborhood spoofing. Can you explain what that term means?
Sure. So scammers are unfortunately smart, and they know that if they're calling from Jamaica, you are much less likely to pick up a phone call from a Jamaican number than you are to pick up from a local number. So in Montana, where they're all 406 numbers, they know that Montanan consumers are more likely to pick up if it's a 406 number. So what these scammers can do is mask their number using a technique called spoofing, which basically tricks your caller ID into thinking that they're calling from a number that would be very local to you. So they can basically use any number that they want. They can trick you into thinking your own number is calling you, which is obviously very confusing.
Yeah.
But it's basically, neighborhood spoofing has made it so that it is less safe to pick up from local numbers because more and more scammers are using that tactic to try and convince you to pick up the phone.
Do these scammers target certain kinds of people, or can anyone be scammed?
Anyone can definitely be scammed. We get reports from people of all age demographics, from high schoolers to senior citizens. No one's phone is truly safe anymore, unfortunately, with the number of spam calls and robocalls going out. So we do get reports from all sorts of people. However, there may be current events that cause a new type of scam to go into the works. So for example, earlier this year when the government was sending out new Medicare cards to everyone, there was a new type of scam that emerged where scammers were pretending to be Medicare representatives and calling people and letting them know, hey, you need to pay a fee to actually receive your new Medicare card. So these scammers definitely do target people based on current events, as well as maybe targeting them for the demographic that they're in. But no one is truly safe from scam calls. Everyone does receive them on their phones.
Okay, great. We need to pause here for a quick break, but coming up next, scams can often seem like the real thing. So with the rising number of scam calls to your cell phone, how do you know when a call is legitimate or a fraud? We have some tips for you right after this. Stay tuned.